This video is about topic 4-2, estimating quotients. In today's lesson, we're going to estimate the answer to these division problems in order to get an answer that's close, but it won't be exact. So if you read this tip here, it says to pick numbers that are close, whose non-zero digits are visible by one another. Think back to lesson 4-1 when we were doing mental math, and we had a bunch of problems where the non-zero digits were divisible by one another, like 490 divided by 7, because we could do 49 divided by 7 is 7, and then we added our 1 0. So your goal today is to think of how you could change these numbers to have something that's an easy divisibility fact, like what I just showed you. And I will give you a hint. Today, you do not need to change the second number at all. So leave that one the same to make your life easier, and it will help you get a closer estimate. I noticed that 297 in this problem is really close to 300. We like those nice, even, whole 100 or 10 numbers. And since 3 is divisible by 3, and I get 1, I could do that and then simply add those 2 zeros at the end to get 100. So this would be one option for your estimate. It's honestly probably the easiest one. But again, with estimates, you can have different answers. But I chose this because these 3's are divisible by one another. So my non-zero digits are divisible, which makes it easy to do quickly and maybe even in my head. Let's look at another example. Using the hint from the last slide, we're going to keep that 6 the same. So I need to think of something that's close to 477 that's divisible by 6. Now, we always want that last number to end in a 0 because it makes things easier. So think about these first two numbers. I'm kind of in between 470 and 480 when I'm rounding. And I know that 48 is divisible by 6, so I'm going to choose that. Since 47 is not divisible by 6, that's not quite the best choice. But 48 divided by 6 is 8, and then I just add my 1 0 to get my final answer of 80. My last example is 772 divided by 7. Again, keep this 7 the same, and I always want it to end in a 0 or a couple of zeros to make things easier. While I could pick 700 for 772, I can think of something closer. I know that 772 is in between 770 and 780. When I'm looking at those two numbers at their non-zero digits, 77 or 78, 77 is divisible by 7, and 78 isn't as easily divisible. So I'm going to pick 770 because this 77 is divisible by 7. 77 divided by 7 is 11, and I add my 0 for my final answer of 110. You could have had different answers to these problems since it's estimating. We can all have different answers, but these are some that are easy because their non-zero digits are divisible by one another. I want you to try this problem on your own using what we've discussed. Try 712 divided by 9. Good luck!